we continue to dive into Ty McShay's initial mock draft. It's 1.0, and at the top, he's got Joe Burrow going #1 to Cincinnati, Tua Tagovailoa taking his talents to South Beach. Plenty of more good names on this board to get through. And we've had the mock clock going throughout the day, but Todd, now it's the speed round.
Okay, let's
prepare yourself. We will run through some of Todd's favorites in this initial mock draft. 2 minutes on the clock, and we'll start at number 8, the Jaguars outside linebacker Isaiah Simmons.
This guy is today's NFL. I love watching him play. For Brent Venables, he has been the multiple player. He's been the guy who can play safety. He can play the overhang. He can play nickel. He can play inside. He can play outside. He's going to run in the 4.5s. He's long. He's fast. He's explosive. And I think he's going to be a top 5 pick when it's all said and done.
We're going to talk a little defense with these next few. At number 9 to the Panthers, defensive tackle Derrick Brown.
Yeah, Derrick Brown is never going to be an exceptional pass rusher, but he's always going to be disruptive. And he's a great run stopper, too. He's going to be a 3 technique. If you play a Tampa 2 or you're looking for a one-gap penetrating type defensive tackle, Derrick Brown fits the bill. He's long for a guy who is only about 6'2", 6'2.5". I think he's going to wind up being a top 10 pick.
All right, at number 12 to Denver, safety Grant Delpit.
He hasn't had the best year, Delpit, but if you go back and study the tape from 2018 and the year before, he just has all the physical tools. He tried to do a little bit too much this year, and I think as the season progressed, he became the player that he was previously. But LSU just continues to pump out great defensive backs, and Delpit's the next great one.
And then to Miami at 20, Curtis Weaver.
Yeah, nobody knows about Curtis Weaver, right? Have you ever heard his name before?
I have not.
Right. Explosive, off the edge, can rush inside, can rush outside. He has been so productive throughout his career, and he plays his tail off. I love watching tape of Curtis Weaver.
All right, number 22 to the Dallas Cowboys, a safety, Xavier McKinney.
Yeah, Alabama's had some struggles in the secondary and defensively this year because they've lost so many guys the last couple seasons to the NFL draft, but McKinney has been the glue. He's kind of put everything together. He has great eyes. He has great vision. He knows where he's going, and he gets everyone lined up. He's going to be a special player if he decides to come out in that January 20th Declaration Day.
All right, squeeze it in. Marvin Wilson, the DT.
He's a 3 technique. He's up the field. He's not Warren Sapp, but he's that kind of player in terms of the type, and he is a grown you-know-what man. He is ready to play in the NFL right now, and he'll let you know about it.
We go to the running backs now. He's got 2 in the first round. Georgia's DeAndre Swift to the Titans at 21, and then J.K. Dobbins to San Francisco with the 31st pick. Tell me about these running backs.
2 programs that just pipeline NFL talent at the running back position. Georgia being one of them. DeAndre Swift, I think he's the most explosive back in this class. He's gotten better at catching the football, but what he does best is gets off of tacklers. He makes that one guy miss in the hole, and then he has the breakaway speed that you look for. And then when you look at J.K. Dobbins, I've been so impressed with him. He's had some durability issues over the first couple years of his career. This year, it became his football team. When they needed him the most, when they had the biggest games, when things were tight, they just turned to Dobbins and he took over, including that Michigan game in the rivalry. He is a workhorse type of back who also is doing a better job of catching the football as well. Both of these guys are going to step in and be the #1 starter types in the NFL.
Mel, 2 running backs in the first round. Do you agree?
No problem with it. I think you look at Swift, they had him in a slot, he can catch the ball, and for Dobbins, he runs fierce. And ironically, Todd, the best pure runner you didn't have in the first, and I get it. Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin, not an accomplished receiver. He's gotten better, but not accomplished. And he's had some ball security issues, some fumbling issues. But as a pure running back, Jonathan Taylor could be a real good second-round pick for somebody. And as you know, guys, I amended that rule to say if the grade is in line with the running back, then I would say if you're pounding the table, I would say go ahead and take him. I said it for Fournette, said it with Zeke, said it with Jacobs. So I've had an amendment to that rule.
You know what? I missed that. I didn't think you had. I thought we were still on
did. You know what's great, though?
Okay, Mel's evolved.
All joking aside, what's great is we're talking about 2-3 running backs. We're talking about a couple of maybe tight ends. We're talking about 7-8 wide receivers.
It's incredible.
3 to 5 quarterbacks. This year, we finally have the offensive skill guys that we've been looking for in the first round.